Action! Back again. Literally, I said I was gonna go check up on Vermont. Dave. Dave in Vermont. Yeah, that's you, buddy. My man, Dave. You see this Dave right here? Woman encounters a werewolf in Vermont. Oh boy. I don't know if the video's gonna play out here because my goddamn service is being a jerk. But once again, people, from Vermont, and this was in 2015. 24-year-old Vermont woman shares her frightening encounter with what she can only describe as a real-life werewolf. Oh, none of the Green Mountains, people. I was talking about the White Mountains. Green Mountains in Vermont. Now, there is another story that I was supposed to look up on about these Green Mountains. I believe it was the Green Mountains. And now that I have seen this story, it's about to wonder what this other story might have in common. There's a lot of missing persons that happen in mountains. Even in Mount Wachusett, they have the Lucy Keys story. But a little girl went up in Mount Wachusett, got lost. Mother went to look for her. She got lost, never to be found again. But what's bizarre about the Green Mountains is that in broad daylight, I believe it was a man and a woman. And I might have covered this story, but I don't remember, but I'm sure my man Dave here will let me know if I did. But now that this has came up, and this was at a national park, mind you, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the video up, but I'm going to share where they said they encountered this skinwalker. I'm calling it a skinwalker all day. The mountains were heavily used by Indians. Just like I got done saying, Hoosac Mountain with the Hoosac Tunnel. I believe that mountain is cursed. That's why all them miners might have died, but explosions happen anyways there, but still. There's a lot of unexpected, unexplained stuff in that. In Hoosac, in Indian words, Forbidden Mountain. Like I said, you got to remember all this stuff when you're looking into this stuff. And when this stuff comes out like this, man, I get goddamn, oh man. Can't breathe. I want to go here so bad. But the story goes that this woman and her friend go out to have a picnic together. They haven't seen each other for a while. And they're in the woods. They take their cameras and camera equipment. They like to take pictures, I guess. While out there, they went for a little hike. And the woman claims that she left her sandwich on the picnic, area they were sitting at and didn't eat the rest of it. So this might have saved her life. But while out there trying to take pictures of the scenes, a wild turkey with a broken wing, neck looked broke, it says in the story, and things running down a hill. Not thinking of it, the girl, said to her friend, let's get out of here. Excuse me, and, the day should be done. That was just strange enough. As they're going back to their site where they had their picnic set up, there, of course, kneeling on the ground with the backwards bent knee. Skinwalker. She called it a wolf. And then she said it looked like the American Wolf from London. But as you can clearly see and whatever, yeah, all indications. I mean, this girl goes on to say that she's heard about Bigfoot and things like this, but she's never seen nothing like this. So the thing gets up and stares at him, of course. You know, they tried to back away and get out of there, but the thing sniffed, of course. These things probably got scent of smell, you know, very delicately and, you know, hang on a sec. And so forth. But I mean, to have more encounters like this keep occurring. And like I said, this happened in 2015. Mind you, 2015, 2016. That was a huge part of the King Philip War, and it was the 500th anniversary. 500th anniversary of the King Philip War. Chief Medicom. And, I swear to God, man, if a lot of these encounters are happening in with these years, you know, or I think one I seen happened in 2014, but all going around that subject. Indian dwelling, Indian mountains, Indian this. Every time you see one of these creatures, I swear to God, there's an Indian involved. And I can damn for sure you Indian tribes lived around the Green Mountains. They lived around Mount St. Helens. I'm sure they're living around the White Mountains in New Hampshire. You know, all these damn, and like, oh man, I'm still waiting for this damn person to email me back. This guy now, I don't know. Strange Encounters is his page. He even says you can get a hold of him through strangeencounters.gmail.com. I'm going to see what I can do to get a hold of this guy, too, but just for this to keep getting pulled up and finding more stuff. I mean, I'm sure, yeah, it's been on there for 2 years, but yet, just think of this. In the last 2 years that I have, you know, typed in skinwalkers, this and that, skinwalkers ranch, something like this never has popped up. The last story never popped up. Anything wasn't really popping up too much. Now, whether or not this person just, I don't know when this video was published, just now came out with it, because of course another one, you know, and, you know, worried about what people are going to think about him. And it's just, oh man, you can't say so much on everything without, like, saying wow and getting blown mind away. So, I mean, Dave, you got an encounter up there. I'm going to see if I can pull this up. Let's see.
Our picnic setup is out of view about 200 feet away. We're joking, laughing, having a good time. Taking some excellent shots of the surrounding beauty, too.
I just want to get
It was
the part.
so quiet, having a good for a few days. I offered to drive her back home so we could enjoy a nice little road trip together. It's about a 4-hour drive from my home in Burlington to where she lived in Albany. On the way, we planned to stop at the Green Mountains National Forest for a little picnic and to take some photos, as we were both interested in photography as a hobby. So that morning, we left Burlington and arrived at the park that afternoon. It was about 75 to 80 degrees, perfectly clear and just right. And had a couple of sodas. It was surprisingly quiet for how good the... So my friend, a small hike, but just enough to break us. It was surprisingly quiet, called an evening of terror. So my friend and I find ourselves a nice little clearing to stop, relax, and eat lunch. We brought some turkey sandwiches and had a couple of sodas and a blanket to sit
I wanted
on.
to get the,
After about 15 to 20 minutes, we stopped eating, grabbed our cameras, and walked through It was a small hike, but just enough to break a sweat. Take some photos, as we were both interested in photography as a hobby.
I wanted to get the park.
So that morning, we left Burlington and arrived at the park that afternoon. It was about 75 to 80 degrees, perfectly clear and just right. So we hiked out to a popular picnicking spot called Big Branch Overlook, which is at the southern
Big Branch Overlook, which is a part of the mountain that I don't really want to go check out now. I mean, this is what my videos and what I want to do with my videos and get out there and explore where people have been. I'm still waiting on that comment back from the guy I wrote to in New Hampshire. But knowing where this is, and I'm going to look it up, map it out. Hopefully one day I get there. But other than that, I mean, more and more stories. I just randomly pop in stuff, get this looked at, and want to see what I can find. And of course, stuff like this. Something's going down big, and I keep saying it, and I'm going to continue to say it. I don't know what it is with these things and why they're now just popping out a lot more than what they used to. The only thing I can really say is that what land now that is being built on in wooded areas getting torn down lately for more stupid condos and stuff, I think are stirring these things up. And whatever other creature that Indian tribes have made. That's what I think personally. But until that next video, Dave, you got a little exploring out there if you get the time too, my brother. I know I gotta try and get out there. But until that next video, true. More skinwalkers, something's telling me something. Be safe, take care, and beware. Because if you don't know what you're doing with these,